How to make money online as a complete dummy. If you clicked on this video, then most likely you feel like you are incapable of making money with anything. And so this video is going to be all about how anyone can make a full-time income online doing exactly what I'll talk about right here. Now, if this is the first time that you're seeing me, I want to say welcome to this channel. This channel is all about navigating the modern world as an average 28-year-old guy. So if you want to hear topics regarding escaping corporate America, having more freedom, being able to, I guess, create that traditional family structure, if that's like what you're looking for, then that is what I want to talk about on this channel here. So welcome aboard, feel free to subscribe, and let's talk about how you can make money as a complete dummy, or if you're just an average everyday individual, right? So there are many different ways of making money online, many different business models you could look into. There's freelancing, there's work from home sites, and then of course you have things like Shopify, e-commerce, drop shipping, and then you have Amazon FBA. There's also Kindle publishing, and there's stuff with AI you could do. And then of course another one is digital marketing, and then you could also go the route of creating your own products, selling them online, and there's also the route of coaching and consulting, right? So with all these options out there, and with all the noise that you see, with all these new gurus launching courses left and right, it can be very overwhelming, especially for the average person to know who exactly you should listen to, right? So there are plenty of people that you might have seen on Instagram and TikTok. You see like these 16-year-olds making six figures online, and the way that just messes with your mind, thinking where you just think that you're behind in life, when in reality there are just a small handful of people that just happen to get lucky. They happen to something takes off for them right away, and that is not the case for a majority of people, like 95% of people, right? So the number one skill that you should focus on learning above all else, regardless of what business that you want to go into, regardless of what you want to sell or market, you want to get really good at generating attention online. So whether that is with creating content like what I'm doing right here, or if you know how to run ads, then that's another way you can go about it. Or there is also the option of cold messaging people on Facebook groups, and you could then add a friends list that way as well. But I think the easiest approach out of all of those is going to be creating content online. And so there, you could post content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. There's types of content that you can create where you don't have to show your face on camera like what I'm doing right here. So I like doing videos like this because, for me, they're very quick and easy, right? I just think of a topic, I hit record, I speak for a couple minutes, and I don't have a script for these videos. I'm able to crank these out pretty regularly just because I've been doing these for a while, right? Now, I know that although this, sounds easy to me, I know that a lot of people don't really want to show their face online, and so I want to give you some ideas for faceless, types of content that you can make as well. So one type of content that I've seen do very well lately is gaming commentary channels. And so if you are someone who, for instance, plays a lot of video games, like if you're a young person right now and if you play a lot of video games, then what you could do is you could record part of your gameplay. Let's say, 10 minutes worth of gameplay. It could be something like, Call of Duty, for example, right? Maybe you play that game, or you play Halo, or you play one of these first-person shooter games, or you play Rocket League. Any of these, you could record gameplay, and then you could just record your voice talking about a topic for, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes. You could use a free editing software called DaVinci Resolve, or there's also CapCut. I would actually recommend using CapCut because it's you could use it for both YouTube and TikTok, and all the short form platforms. So it can be used for any platform you're posting on, and all you have to do is just put the the video file itself, like the gameplay. You mute the audio of that, and then you add your audio that you record. So you could just record your voice on your phone, either record a video and you just speak into the microphone, or you could use a free tool called Audacity, And then that's one way that you can create faceless content. So I've seen channels doing that type of content that have done extremely well. And the reason is because there is a lot of movement on the screen. People, they have something to watch. And with attention spans going down, then it's pretty easy because you could just record your voice and then just share your thoughts about something. So another way that you can go about creating faceless content is going to be recording your computer screen. Now I have a completely separate YouTube channel where most of my videos, I would say 99% of the videos on my other channel are me recording my computer screen that I am simply just reviewing digital products. And I promote a lot of digital products in the digital marketing space. And I just give my honest opinion of them. I have a link down below where someone can sign up. And then, that's one way that you can create content as well. So you could use a free tool called ScreenPal. It is completely free to get on your desktop device, and you could just record your computer screen with your voice in them. You could do it either with or without the webcam, and it's a very easy way to go about it. But as long as you have a simple way to get a ton of videos out there quickly, then the more videos you have out there, then the more views you're going to get. The more views is going to lead to more clicks to your link, and the more clicks to your link leads to more leads. More leads leads to more sales. So the question that I want to answer here is, what exactly should I market online? And this is ultimately going to depend on what you are interested in becoming passionate about. So I would recommend go into a niche that has a high earning potential, something where people are willing to pay, large amounts of money to learn how to do. So that could be something like getting into better shape, learning how to gain a six-pack. So maybe you go to the gym a lot and you have a decent physique, then you can create content talking about that. Talk about the best diet to get in shape. Talk about the best workouts, the best protein shakes, or the best whey protein or whatever that is. And these are all content ideas that you can simply create, and then you could find a product in that space. And what I would also recommend is, depending on who you follow online, whether that is health influencers, or you follow people that talk about making money online, or people that talk about traveling, you could look at any one of these channels and see what it is that they are promoting in their descriptions or on their bio, if you're on TikTok. And so that is a really good idea to, good way to get ideas in terms of, what to promote. And if they have an affiliate program of a product that they've made, you could simply sign up for it, and then you could promote their program. The benefit is you don't have to create anything yourself. You could just focus on the marketing itself, which is just creating content. And then every video that you post can be like an independent salesperson that works for you 24/7. And so once you get really good at getting people to click on your link, you're getting a ton of clicks, you're getting a ton of people opting into something, wanting to learn more, then if you want, you can take the next step and maybe create your own product for yourself. But I would say once you get really good at creating content and you get a ton, you start to get a ton of organic traffic to any link that you're promoting, then that is going to be the safest and most reliable way to create consistent income online. Now, as far as the types of products that I recommend, I mainly recommend promoting digital products online. Reason being is because there is generally a higher earning potential. So stuff like courses, ebooks, software, things like this, like these types of programs will generally pay you a lot more compared to if you're promoting physical products. So if you do something like TikTok Shop, for example, yes, you can make a lot of money, because TikTok pushes your videos out and people generally buy pretty easily from that platform. The downside is the commission margins that you get are very low. So you maybe get like a couple bucks per sale. And for you to make a full-time income, you're going to need to do a ton of volume, which is going to require that you have a massive audience. With promoting digital products, if you promote something that pays you, let's say $1,000 per sale, let's say that you promote a $1,000 course and maybe it pays you 100% commissions, then you can get to a full-time income with maybe 3 to 5 sales every single month. And you could do that by just having maybe just a couple thousand followers. But even if you have less than 1,000, or if you have 0 followers altogether, then you can still do pretty well as long as you start posting content. And if the videos are at least getting pushed out, then you could begin generating high quality targeted traffic pretty much instantly. So that is the message I want to put out in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you want to learn more about this, then you could check out the first link down below. And you could also, if you want, check out the exact program that I'm promoting, and you could use that to build a residual income on top of anything else that you decide to maybe get into. So any other online business model, if you want to promote it alongside, it's a really great complimentary offer because you could build out a simple website for any product that you want to promote, and you could build out capture pages, start building up an email list. And that is also one thing that you want to have so that you're not fully dependent on a platform like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, because any of these platforms can shut you down at any point. So that's the other thing I want to put out there. But if you're just starting out, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just get really good at getting attention online, and then you could worry about those other things later, which I talk about in my free training down below if you want to learn more about that. So check it out down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you found this helpful. Give us a thumbs up and take care. See you in the next one.